Hi, I'm Ben Hurden from Mortgage Choice in Gymea. A few weeks ago, I released a video on how to use your existing home equity to help you purchase an investment property. That triggered a lot of phone calls and emails, and one client in particular has gone ahead and started their investment property portfolio using their equity, and I thought I'd do another really quick video on how they did it and just how easy it was for them to do that. Let's have a look. We needed to cover some of the basics, such as their proposed purchase price and the value of their existing house. They told me they wanted to buy in Western Australia for $800,000. They also told me that their existing Engadine property was worth $1.5 million, and they had a loan to ANZ Bank for $600,000. This is how we worked out the details. So we've entered into the system here. The client needs to refinance or restructure their existing loan for $600,000. We've entered their property's worth $1.5 million, and we know that they need cash of $197,000. That's going to represent 20% of their new purchase price plus the costs. So all up, we need a loan of $797,000. These clients are only borrowing around 53% of the value of their Engadine property. You really don't want to borrow any more than 80% of the value, because then you get into mortgage insurance territory, but these people are in a perfect position to do it. Now in this case, we want to structure the loan so they're separate. You don't want to mix up home loan debts, non-tax deductible debts, and tax deductible debts. So in this case, we're going to have two loans. We're going to have a home loan of $600,000 and an interest-only investment loan for $197,000. Now, at the end of the day, the clients are going to end up with three loans, two of them investment and one of them a home loan. And their aim is to repay the home loan as quickly as possible. We can see that they can easily afford to get this loan, so we're going to move on to the next step. We want to make sure we've calculated the costs of the new purchase accurately. So in this case, the clients want to buy for $800,000 in Western Australia. Now, they're going to pay stamp duty on the purchase regardless of what state, but the stamp duty does change from state to state, and we want this to be accurate. And this is where the $197,000 cash out from the first loan against their Engadine property is going to become really important. We've entered the purchase price as $800,000. We've made a note that this is an investment property and also that it's in Western Australia. Now our system generates an estimate of costs, but in particular stamp duty here. So the total costs of this $800,000 purchase will be $37,000. Now the client didn't want to pay mortgage insurance, so they've borrowed 80% of the value of this $800,000 purchase. To do that, they've taken the amount of $197,000, and that was from their loan against their existing Engadine property. The clients are going to be left with three separate loans, two of them tax deductible and one of them not tax deductible. So the home loan and the smaller investment loan will be secured only by their Engadine owner-occupied property. The larger investment loan will be secured by the new investment property only. They want to concentrate on making principal and interest repayments to the home loan because they want that loan to go away as quickly as possible. And to help them do that and to maximise the tax effectiveness of the investment loan, they want to pay interest only for 5 years on both those investment loans. The clients wanted to pay off their home loan as quickly as possible, and that was one of the reasons for them getting into investment property. If we have a look at the payoff point calculator issued by our property partners at Blue Wealth, we can see that if we assume an annual growth rate on the Western Australian property of 5% per annum, these clients are going to be in a position to pay off all their debt within 13 years. And that suits these clients perfectly. Now, they're still going to try and pay down their home loan as quickly as possible because they would love to be in front even further after 13 years. But it is incredible and so important how planning and purchasing the right property can really benefit you in the long run. As long as you have the equity in your home and an income that can service the debts, getting into an investment property is relatively easy. Now, you want to do a lot of research, and we can put you in touch with people to help you with that research as well. But you really need the research because you want to make the best possible decision that is going to benefit you the most in the long term. Now, keep in mind as well that investment property is a long-term investment and you don't want to race in. Property doesn't automatically double in Australia every 10 years, despite what you may hear. That's the plan and that's the goal, but it's not a given. So you definitely need to do research and you need to know your figures. If there's anything at all we can help you with, please call myself or the team at Mortgage Choice in Gymea on 02 9525 4544.